那下面呢，我会放一段由美国移民局发表的公民入籍面试讲解视频。视频里主要说的呢，就是公民入籍面试时候会出现的内容，面试的基本流程，还有一些移民官面试的场景举例。那您看视频的时候，如果听不懂所有的内容没关系，那是正常的。我们给您看视频的目的呢，就是想让您多去练习听和理解能力。所以您在看这段视频的时候，只需要做的是：一呢，练习听力；二，看看自己能听出多少我们学过的单词和问句。如果您准备好了，我们来开始看视频了。
Mr. Marcos Torres?
Yes, that's me.
I'm Officer Taylor. I'll be conducting your interview today.
Hello.
How are you doing?
I'm fine, thank you.
Great. Follow me.
Okay.
这里移民官叫了他的名字，做了自我介绍，然后也对他问候了一下，就让他跟着移民官到了他的办公室。
Please come inside. Feel free to put your belongings next to your chair, but please remain standing. Before we begin the interview, I'll need to place you under oath. Please raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm that the statements you will give today will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Thank you. Please take a seat.
A large part of the naturalization interview involves reviewing the Form N-400, Application for Naturalization, asking you questions about the information you provided on the application, and reviewing the documents you submitted to support your application. When the officer reviews Form N-400 with you, the officer is also testing your ability to speak and understand the English
刚刚
language
那个移
questions.
民官就是解说了一下入籍面试的时候会问到的问题。他刚刚就说，面试其中一部分就是说，移民官会问答您N400表格上提供的信息。
Here is one example of the beginning of a naturalization interview.
What is your name?
Marcos Torres?
And have you used any other names?
No.
Do you want to legally change your name?
No.
I need to see your lawful permanent resident card, all of your passports, and state-issued identification, please. Thank you.
移民官呢会问您要您所有的护照和州给的驾照或者是 ID。
What is your date of birth?
November 8th, 1970.
And where were you born?
San Pedro Sula, Honduras.
Are you a citizen of Honduras?
Yes.
Are either of your parents United States citizens?
No.
Are you currently single, married, divorced, or widowed?
I am single.
And where are you currently living?
3555 North Shore Boulevard in Bloomington.
Where are you working?
I work at the county library.
刚刚那些问题我们有一些学过，您听出来了吗？
When was your last trip outside the United States?
Let me see. About 4 months ago, I went back to Honduras to visit family for about 2 weeks.
Do you remember the day you returned to the United States?
Some of the questions that the officer might ask you may cover trips outside the United States, particularly any trips after the application was submitted, past marriages, memberships in any organizations, problems with the law, criminal history and/or jail time, military service in the United States, and support of the U.S. Constitution and allegiance to the United States.
刚刚那些题都是移民官很容易问到的，所以我们根据自己 N400上填的信息，一定要仔细的回答，属实的回答。 如果移民官怀疑您说谎，那么会直接导致您面试不通过。
At the end of the questions, the officer will ask you to sign a series of documents.
Next, I'll need you to sign your photographs.
Thank you.
Please sign them here and here.
这里呢，移民官是在让您签字、签名，在照片后面签名，在表格上面签名。
I'll need you to sign your application. Please sign here. And then print your name and sign here. Thank you. Please review this form. Let me know if it's correct.
这里呢，移民官是让他再核实一下自己的个人信息。
It's correct.
Great, thank you. Okay, now we're going to move to the civics and reading and writing test.
In most cases, after reviewing the Form N-400, the officer will give you the remaining portions of the naturalization test: the U.S. History and Civics test, the English Reading test, and the English Writing test. In some USCIS offices, the naturalization test may be given before your interview by an Immigration Services officer. The officer may be the same one that performs your naturalization interview, or it may be a different officer. The U.S. History and Civics test has 10 questions. The History and Civics questions will be asked orally and answered orally. You must get 6 out of the 10 questions correct to pass the History and Civics test.
下面呢，我们来看一下美国历史、政治考核和读写的部分。
Okay, are you ready for your civics test?
Yes.
Who was the first president?
George Washington.
Correct. How many U.S. senators are there?
100.
Good. Where is the Statue of Liberty?
Can you repeat that?
Where is the Statue of Liberty?
In New York.
Correct. What is the capital of the United States?
Washington, D.C.
What is the name of the national anthem?
Star Spangled Banner.
Good. Name one problem that led to the Civil War.
I'm not sure.
That's okay.
Remember that this is just a sample interview. The questions in this video are not necessarily the ones that you will be asked during the test. At the end of the questions, the immigration officer will inform you if you've passed the history and civics test. Please note that the officer will stop asking you questions once you've answered 6 questions correctly.
When do we celebrate Independence Day?
July 4th.
That's correct. Good, that's 6. You pass that portion.
Now, we will show a simulated situation of the English reading and writing tests being given to the applicant. Keep in mind that the items we're about to show you are not on the actual test. Remember, this is a simulated interview, and each experience may be different. The reading and writing tests each have 3 sentences. You only need to get 1 reading and 1 writing sentence correct to pass.
Now's the reading test. Please read line number 1 out loud for me.
Who was third president of United States?
Good. Now, I need you to write line number 1 for me. Thomas Jefferson was the 3rd president of the United States. Thomas Jefferson was the 3rd president of the United States. Okay, let's try another one. On line number 2, please write, the Liberty Bell is in Philadelphia. The Liberty Bell is in Philadelphia. Good.
面试结束以后呢，移民官会马上告诉您是否通过了公务员入籍面试。
Congratulations. This form is for you.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome. I'm recommending your application for approval. If my recommendation is accepted, you will be sent a notice in the mail of when to come in for your oath ceremony. Do you have any questions at this point?
No, no.
Great, then I will escort you to the customer service area.
Thank you.
那么视频看到这里就结束了。您可以问问自己都有听到了什么，有没有听到解释的入籍内容？移民官说的一些入籍的流程，有没有听到移民官用我们学过6个 W 的问句词？还有就是您有没有听懂某一些移民官问的问题？如果您听懂了几个呢，就已经很不错了。如果没有也没关系，我们继续学习，慢慢的您习惯了就会能听懂了。